Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the big skin when he stretch a disc. I'm talking a few $100,000, you just on your fifth grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, 100s and 50s and 20s, no fives and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted to look like me, cause that nigga like she can count on her. She try to be nosy and hit her lag, she like, girl, you can count.
We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like them keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. 30 on my wrist, full of points and guard.
Big numbers, 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue punts, whole team counting, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counting, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the big skin when he stretch a disc. I'm talking a few $100,000, you just on your fifth grand. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up.
Welcome back to Madden NFL 20. We selected your previous game options. You can change these options and accessibility settings here or at any time later from the game settings.
Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my
Accessibility settings.
Yeah.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score in the end zone, it's all I hear. Moving on the sugar, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm too busy when I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later.
Feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking off against their rivals from the NFC. I'll be back at halftime, but first, let's get you downtown to Camping World Stadium. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
Aldrich Rosas of the Giants has the honors as we get underway in the NFL Pro Bowl. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Kyle Fuller of the Bears up to make the tackle. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AF.
Got an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And this is Cook with a grab. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. A look at the starters defensively now for the NFC.
Playing in his 11th season in the NFL is defensive back Malcolm Jenkins, who entered with the New Orleans Saints as a cornerback before shifting back to safety, where he's had his best years. Terrific football IQ, tremendous tackler, can also guard receivers in the slot.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Mahomes finding his fellow Chief Hill for the AFC first down. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way,
well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tariq Cohen of the Bears back deep for the NFC. This is taken at the 15. Touchdown, NFC. They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense like, look, you don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Garden, it's the AFC in possession of the football to start quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Brett Kern now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. Terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the NFC is going to have a short field as they take over 1st and 10. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham, nickname Automatic. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can...
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. The drive will start with Connor. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there. This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. That officially give him 15. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. On first down, it's Gurley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First throw now for the backup Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Geno Atkins got home that time. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Second down throw for Prescott. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking deep for Julio. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time.
The AFC takes over first and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
They start with a give to counter. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And they will take a knee here. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top.
The NFC looking to rewrite a little history as they lead this 2019 Pro Bowl at the break. Now remember, they've lost both of the previous Pro Bowls played here in Orlando. But maybe, just maybe, this is...
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Two Pro Bowls in 2 years for this man. It's Alvin Kamara of the Saints. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because it's a quick-hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that thing's coming on a rope. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw is Breeze. And that's off the mark, incomplete. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Prescott down. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. Prescott to throw on 4th. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road? And everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill. 45 yards. And the AFC is an extra point away from taking the lead. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that is going to put them up by 1, and it sets us up for quite a finish here. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready. 5-8, 5-8. Hey, easy.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The numbers for the NFC on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A first throw for the backup, Wilson. Catch here, left side, Thomas. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you threw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
So here now is Prescott as his guys will go for the 2-point conversion. Looking to throw. Prescott. And that is incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a second down. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The AFC thus far on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody. Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy the Madden